everyone, I'm Katie Buckingham, our curator at Museum of Glass, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to a sneak peek of our exhibition, René Lalique Art Deco Gems from the Stephen and Roslyn Shulman collection.
I am so excited to give you guys a sneak peek of the installation before our opening. This exhibition has been a lot of fun to work on because it covers Lalique's career in glass from about 1900 to 1945 at the time of his death. Lalique's career in glass really takes off during the Roaring 20s. In the 1920s alone, he patents designs for over 200 vases, and you can see some of those iconic designs over here. One of the things that I think is most interesting, especially as we're at the 100th anniversary of this prolific time in Lalique's career, is that a lot of his work is made possible because of the technological and industrial change, as well as the social change that people were experiencing at the time. If you think about it, Lalique's life spans from 1860 to 1945. So if you think about that time in history, not only does he survive and continue to be successful through World War I and the Great Depression, but he also is able to embrace social movements such as women's suffrage and really leverage those ideas into places that art necessarily hasn't been before. So if we look over here, that's what this section of the exhibition is dedicated to. One of my favorite parts of the Shulman's collection, they have almost all of the hood ornaments that Lalique developed. At the time, they were automobile radiator caps. So after the end of World War I, cars make this jump from the really functional car like the Ford Model T to a designer item like the Rolls-Royce or Duesenberg or all these really classic 1920s cars. And they all have radiator coolant, which needs to be poured in on the front of the car, which is where hood ornaments start. And Lalique and some of his contemporaries are the first people to make a custom ornament that you can say something about yourself as the driver of the car. All of these hood ornaments are fabulous, but I have two favorites. I love this turkey that's here in the center. I'm sure it wasn't on very many cars, but I just think it's this really unique look at how Lalique used geometric design to talk about a realistic object. I love this hood ornament, Cinq Chevaux. You can see that it's 5 horses jumping into the front of the platform. And it was made in collaboration with Citroën Automobile in the 20s. And the 5 horses symbolize the 5 horsepower engine, which was debuted in that car. The other piece that's really remarkable is this Victory hood ornament, which became an icon of the Art Deco movement because of its stylized hair. So rather than having a wig, it becomes these fast geometric lines, presumably being blown back by the speed of the automobile. It was made in 1928, and it is in celebration of the 10-year anniversary of Armistice. So the Victory is a symbol of France's victory in World War I. During the Roaring 20s, everybody redecorated their houses. And that's a lot of what we're looking at here in this section of the gallery. Lalique made lighting fixtures that were also great table centerpieces. A lot of the work he made had a functional component as well, so you can see everything in here was used in offices. There's inkwells and ashtrays, clocks, lamps, a lot of tableware. But my favorite clientele of Lalique and one of my favorite parts of Stephen Roz's collection was this idea of a modern woman, a flapper. There becomes an industrial interest in marketing to this new independent woman who is working and voting and breaking all of these societal expectations for Victorian era women. I love this couture dress that was made in France. It was owned by a woman here in Seattle, and it's covered in Czech crystal beads. So again, just to give you an idea of who is buying and using Lalique's artwork in the 20s. Stephen and Rosalind's collection includes dozens of examples of the perfume bottles that Lalique designed in the beginning of the 1900s. And what I think is really remarkable about them is that each one is entirely unique. There's one that is a really amazing serpent rearing out of the perfume. This seashell was designed for Saks Fifth Ave, and of the 500 that were originally created, it's one or two that survived World War II. And what I think is amazing is the shell, the glass clamshell, is actually the container for the perfume bottle, which is the pearl. So if you open it up, it opens, shows you the lovely perfume bottle. My other favorite part of Stephen Roz's collection is many of the perfume bottles were never opened. So you have examples like this one, which are still full of their original 1920s era perfume. That was a quick look at our exhibition, René Lalique, Art Deco Gems from the Stephen and Roslyn Shulman collection. We're so excited for you guys to be able to come in and see it, and we so appreciate your contribution and support of Museum of Glass through your membership. We are going to be collecting your questions and answering them in a couple of subsequent events. So if you have anything you'd like to know or a behind the scenes question about how we make the exhibition happen, send us a note with the email that's on your screen and we'll do our best to get back to you, and can't wait to show you the show in person.